Hey, y'all. Give this a listen. Say you got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. You got to be your own man, not a puppet on a string. Never fall for what ain't right and uphold your family name. You got to stand for something, fall for anything. You got to stand for something or you fall for anything. This is Saturday, October the 18th. Texas fixed to be playing. I hope they do good. I like them. I told y'all I didn't have that much fat going on. So, I talked to a young lady last night about being bold and courageous. The good Lord gives me minutes to talk to folks sometimes. Not always. A lot of times I'm too busy with me, but I need to learn to listen more. Anyway, she was very worried about a situation, and I told her, I said, look, girl, here's my number. Here's my wife's number. Give me or her your number, and now you have a backup. All right. Wonder how David felt. King David, y'all. These are my daddies. Wonder how King David felt stepping out onto the battlefield to face Goliath. Because here's the thing, they said that more than likely, historians and scholars and people that they say are smarter than me, they have researched it and really done their work, right? You can look up their backgrounds and you can see what they've done. But they said more than likely, King David, and oh, by the way, they have found markers with his name on it for non-believers. But anyway, King David, he had to face Goliath. And the thing was, Goliath of Gath was reported to be between 10 and 12 foot tall. Part of him may not have been in a way from this world. If you know what the Nephilim thing is, you'll understand what I mean by that. Anyway, King David stepped out on that battlefield, and Goliath of Gath laughed at Israel. They laughed. And they said, you're going to bring me a dog to face me? Are you kidding? A dog with a sling, and I think he had 5 rocks in his pouch. By the way, just in case y'all are wondering, why 5 when it only took 1? It's because Goliath had 4 brothers that were his size. It's all in there. Go back and read it. You'll see it. He stepped out on that battlefield and he said, with the name of my Lord God, Yahweh, I will defeat you, and I will defeat you today. By the end of this day, I will have cut your head off and fed your body to the 4 corners. It's reported he did exactly that. How'd he do it? You're like, well, that's just a Bible story. That ain't real. How'd he do it? Well, see, back then, the Israelites had really mastered, a lot like the native Indians. Might be a connection there somehow. Go look that up. The Israelites became very well tuned into their surroundings, and they knew how to take leather and make pouches and get just the perfect rock. Now, you listen to me. This is the perfect rock. This rock, kind of like a rock that you'd skip, but it would have to be more rounded, maybe like a ball. But it was also very smooth and very hard. They knew what rocks to get. Kind of like the natives know what rocks to go make arrowheads out of. Same thing. And it was not David's skill as a guy throwing that thing, but you think of it this way. King David was a sheep herder for a big, giant part of his life. He had to fight off lions and bears, and it's proven that he did that. So don't you reckon he'd be pretty good with a piece of old leather that he found out in the desert that he rubbed back and forth on a rock till it got just nice and supple? Don't you think he'd know what leather to get and what to choose as his rock? When he knew that at any minute a lion or a bear could come over the mountaintop, the high icy mountains of that area, by the way, at the right time of year. That bear could come over that mountaintop at any time. Lion at any time, even the dead of winter when the bears are supposed to be asleep. And he took that rock, but not because of his skill, but because of his connection to Yahweh, to our God, Yamashua. He took that rock, and with his profession of faith, at the end of this day, I will have slayed you. That's what they did back then. They had no choice. You think anybody wants to have to do that? But with those words, that fueled his faith. Forgive me, I'm moving stuff around. With his words, that fueled his faith. With him releasing those words into the realm of the air, might look that one up. God heard those words and directed that rock and sunk it about 2 inches deep into that dadgum giant skull, which was probably that thick. That rock went through that skull because God, in all his wisdom, probably put a little soft spot about right there. Okay? David took that giant's head. I've got a precious daughter who's 1 day away from having a birthday. And she just, in the last few years, become a teenager. But I swear her mind is that of a 25-year-old, very intelligent young lady. But anyway, she's what we used to call out in the country a string bean. She's tall and she's lean right now. I mean, that changes as everybody grows, right? And, but I would assume that would have been maybe a little less, but not a lot less of the statute of David at that time, because he was just a boy. He wasn't a man. He has, at that point in his history, he had not killed tens of thousands that he did later. He did that as a boy. You see, that's how you know God's in it, because God takes what's impossible to us and he turns it into the 5 loaves and, 5 loaves and 2 fishes. Y'all, if you want to know the truth of this life, as an old redneck has found it, go get in the Bible and start reading. But please do me a favor and start reading Revelations by faith as you go back and learn what you're doing. Start by reading Revelations, because we're close. I love y'all. This is Hey Y'all. I'm trying this out on my wife's request, and I sure hope she's right. I bet she is. I hate it when sound ain't good. So y'all forgive me for them first ones. This is the best I can do. I love y'all. This is Steve Arney. Y'all take care. Oh, and by the way, go Texas. Take care.